Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 84 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How are we doing?
Fantastic.
Are you, though?
No, my foot hurts. If you hear a lot of crackling and stuff, it's because I got a bag of ice on my foot.
Bag of what's it?
I'm just old. It just is what it is.
So what happened? What's been happening in your life in the last 5 minutes or so?
The cat puked, the baby pooped in a towel, and on my wife. My foot feels like it's breaking.
I think that's twice in a row now that I've been here and she's pooped on Jess.
Really?
Maybe it wasn't last week, maybe it was the week before, but it was projectile poop. Sorry, people.
Oh, yeah.
This
wasn't
ago.
that. This was just, she had just gotten out of the tub and she was in the towel, and she just, you gotta go.
This is true.
And the cat just freaking pukes all the time. Sorry, Eli. I love you.
You poor kitty.
Yeah. Funny thing, I keep meaning to do this at the beginning of every episode, and we don't. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Like I said, I'm Kevin. He's Sean. What we do is we get together every week, talk about video game, the news we think you need to know about, talk about what we're playing, all that other stuff.
And a whole bunch of just nonsense.
And the first 20 minutes or so is usually us just catching up. That's Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. If it is the first time, or if you've been watching for a while and you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button over there. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. Come on back for more. Thank you for being here. Other than poop and puke, how are you doing? Oh, did he ever puke up the sleeve?
Not yet.
I got Nick a new one, so.
Yeah, nothing yet. Murph ate something else. Probably not even worth mentioning at this point because I feel like I say the same thing every week. It has not reappeared yet, but things have taken a couple weeks before, so who knows? So I did a thing.
Did you buy another WWE belt?
No, worse.
Oh, gosh.
No, not worse. Better, but more money.
You bought it! I was like, what am I? I was like, this name is so long. After my HDX. Oh, it's a projector. So you did it just like that?
Man Cave is officially underway. So
you need to take that damn couch.
So Brittany is more or less taking my place in the fantasy league I was in last year.
Okay.
I'm going to be like co-general managing it, but I'm like, I need to devote all my...
You can't be in two leagues.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll help you run her team because she's never done fantasy before, so it should be interesting. But I think if everybody wants to make the trek, we're going to be hosting the draft. And I was like, it would be cool to have a projector up and running for that so we can show the board. And then I was like, this is something I want to do eventually. I have the money. It's not like, I know we've got the wedding and stuff to pay for, but it's not like if I buy this, I'm not going to be able to afford the wedding.
It's
I've
not
got
like
the
it's
money.
a $10,000 projector. Yeah.
Exactly. So we took a trip to Lowe's today. We at least we got some swatches because we want to paint the room.
Right. Okay. Oh, so you're going to paint it dark. Right.
It's a whole order of operations thing. So we need to paint the room before we put the shelf up in the back where the projector's going to go, so that we can put the projector up there so we can see where it's going to project, so you can
line it up.
So we can paint the screen and frame it, but then I don't want to paint the whole room dark and then have to paint light over it.
No, you just leave that wall
alone. We're leaving that wall kind of alone so we can get everything set up. Then we'll go back and frame it in with tape once we see where it looks good, and then go back and paint the wall, paint the screen part of the wall, and then frame it and whatever. So it's going to be interesting. But we got swatches at Lowe's today. We bought frog tape. So we taped everything. So we're ready to go. We may start painting. We don't have tape yet. Paint. We don't have paint yet.
I hate painting.
So I was going to ask you, this is important stuff, because maybe
this is why your trick never
you
works
people
at the end.
Out there will...
What do you mean, you people?
Learn something here, too.
As
somebody who just recently painted, I'm going to Sherwin-Williams. I'm not going to Lowe's. I'm not going to Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a specific brand, not brand, but like type? I want like one coat coverage because my walls are like that color. They're not like white, but they're pretty light.
There
And
is, but I
would
forget
think
what it's called.
I don't feel like messing with primer and stuff. Like, I don't think I should have
Well,
to.
and it comes with primer in it, and you got like the beige walls. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's a certain kind of paint you don't want to get. The kind that's not Sherwin-Williams that Sherwin-Williams bought. I forget which it is. Maybe it starts with a V or something.
Valspar?
Valspar. They bought Valspar. That's not as good.
Right. Well, this is why I want to go to Sherwin-Williams.
Yes.
Because you see Sherwin-Williams had a lot of stuff at Lowe's, but I'm like, no.
Super Paint.
I want Sherwin-Williams.
That's what it's called. Sherwin-Williams Super Paint. That's what it's called. And go to Sherwin-Williams right up there by Bella's Pizzeria or whatever is up there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super Paint. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited. With any luck, I mean, the thing's going to be here on Wednesday, but I'm not going to be painted and everything by then. But with any luck, by the next time we record, I'll have a man cave. So that'll be exciting. Not a man cave. I already have a man cave. It's just kind of empty. But I'll have a projector in the man cave, and it'll be painted, and it will look cool.
Cool.
So I was real excited to say that. But now that I did that, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to brass tacks, as Strong Bad would say.
Good buddy of the show, Mr.
Yes.
James Solar. James, I think we're saying your name right. I assume it's just Solar. If it's like Solaire or something.
And I got Lefty Logie wrong for so long, so don't count on us to say stuff right.
So I'm calling you James Solar. I hope that's correct. He's got a website where he writes all sorts of things, video game reviews, his thoughts on stuff. He wrote a nice, lengthy review of Breath of the Wild. So you're okay in my book, James. So check it out. It is James Games and More, all one word, all one thing, .wordpress.com. Check it out. He writes a lot of good stuff. He's a friend of the show, so he should be a friend of all yours as well. Check it out. Give him a read. He's good people.
And we're all about, like, the only reason we're here, we started it because we got drunk one night eating pizza. The reason we're on YouTube is because we actually seemed like we got a little bit of a following from our audio only podcast. Then going on YouTube, going out there on your own to do anything on the internet is incredibly nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah.
Logan can talk about it. Nick and Adam and Ernie and Derek, and they can talk about it. James knows, too. It's tough to do it. It was really tough, especially for me, to go out there on YouTube. And if you go back and watch, we just had our 1-year anniversary of YouTube. If you go back and watch episode 31, holy crap. I'm like all hunched over, and I'm like this, and I'm like, we're like all nervous. And Sean
I don't know what to do. Do I look at
Sean
you?
calls
Do
it
I look at
Buffalo
the
Bourbon
camera?
instead of Buffalo Trace. It's just crazy.
I call it Bourbon Trace.
Bourbon Trace, that's what it was. But it's just tough to go out there. So,
Episode 31 was a lot better than episode 1.
Yes. And 32 got better, and we've gotten better ever since. Now
Yes.
we've pretty much
Now
hit our
we're
stride.
awesome.
But it's just good to see people, especially people that we know. And Bernardo's doing his thing with Pardon the Gamer and everything. He's doing an awesome job over there. There's so many awesome people that are doing their own things, not because we're getting paid, because we're not. None of us are. Not making a dime off this, but
money.
we love video games. It's our passion. We love writing or podcasting or doing video or whatever. Let's Plays, everything. So, yes, we love to give shout-outs here. Check James out. You've probably seen him in the comment section. You've seen him on Twitter.
He shows up for, I don't think he was around at episode 50, but he hung out with us at episode 75 for a little bit.
Yep.
So, yeah, one of our good friends on the show. So, do us a favor, do him a favor, check him out. He's got some good stuff to say.
He does.
So, what else is going on?
I don't know if James has a mustache, but segue, I do know that Henry Cavill has one. Have you seen this whole thing?
I've heard about it, that he's got a mustache for something else.
For MI6, for Mission Impossible 6. I don't know if he's the bad guy in it or
They're
what.
up to 6?
Yeah, because Ghost Protocol was 5.
Yeah.
Still say
Holy
3 was
crap.
the best. 3 was amazing. And Paramount said they've got to do $25 million worth of reshoots for Justice League. They won't let him shave it, so they're like, screw you, WB, you got to take his mustache out like in post-pro. I don't know if that means he's going to have green tape over his mustache so they can get rid of it, or if he's going to have the little balls all over it. Like, I don't really care that they're doing. Some people are like, "Oh my god, they're doing reshoots. The movie sucks." No, I think it means like, and I don't think it will happen, but it wouldn't completely shock me if this movie got delayed. And I'd be okay with it because I want you to make the best movie that you can.
I think this close. It's what, November?
November 17th.
So
I don't think it gets delayed.
I don't think it's getting delayed.
I don't think it is, but if it does, just
But it is kind of weird. That seems awfully late to still be doing reshoots.
when all the CGI and everything that this movie's going to have. Yeah, but you got to wonder, is it because what's his face? Not Kevin Feige. What the hell's his name? The guy that said Joss Whedon is now directing. He's taking over. He's not going to get a director's credit because it's all like a union thing. And who does this? You can't have two directors. All this other stuff. But he's stepping in to finish post-production. He's directing all the reshoots. So it's like, as long as the movie's good, I just don't care. Yeah. I just don't care. But this mustache thing is just the weirdest thing ever. Like, I can't grow a mustache to save my life, but somebody like Superman can probably grow a mustache in a few days.
Right. Just shave it, do the reshoots, and then pick back
Give
up
him a week, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. I don't want to be staring at his lip going,
I wonder if this is a reshoot. Does that look right? Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
But the funny thing is, what this did confirm, although we already knew it, Superman is in Justice League.
Right. I mean, they're not even.
So it's not, but that means Alfred at the end, he might be talking to Superman there, but it's not a post-credits thing, which is what I worried about. I think I skipped over that when we talked about it last week. I think I started going there, and then I just, not that we ever get on a tangent, but I was worried that was just going to be a post-credit scene. Maybe he wasn't in it at all. He's in the movie for sure. I mean, obviously, that's not news, but I'm saying this pretty much confirms he's in the movie. If he's already been shot and now they're doing reshoots, he's in the movie.
Right.
He's going to save the day. He's going to pull a Wonder Man in Batman vs. Superman is what I think.
Wonder Man?
Didn't I say woman? No.
I said Wonder Man. I mean, Superman's kind of Wonder Man.
So I just wanted to talk about that. The other thing I want to talk about before we get into what we're playing, whatever you want to talk about, did you see the GTA 6 is being worked on?
Yeah, man.
Tim Neff listed supposedly that he was doing motion capture for Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6, except he's not. And he came on Twitter and immediately, as soon as PlayStation Universe put the story out, he's like, y'all need to check your sources. I worked on GTA 5 a million years ago, and that isn't even my resume. So everybody was going crazy. IGN, GameSpot, Game Informer, Polygon, Destructoid. Every big site was reporting on this. And then he's like, hello, I'm sure they're working on GTA 6. I think they said they were last year.
What are they really trying? What was the big scoop here? The GTA 6 is coming?
In production. But somebody doing motion. What they were trying to say is if somebody's doing motion capture, that means
they're further along.
They're further along than you think. But I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious to see everybody jump. And I jumped too, be like, at first when I just saw it was PlayStation Universe tweeted, I was like, this is weird. They always tweet stuff that's not a big deal. But then I saw IGN pick it up and Game Informer, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I saw them put out an updated tweet. I was like, oh, okay. You guys got put on blast.
Yeah.
But so GTA 6 is probably still coming, I hope. I still worry because Grand Theft Auto Online makes so much money. But so that is not a news item we're going to discuss this week. What else is up, sir?
What's new? Oh, I went to a wedding on Saturday. Went to basically the wrong church. We parked.
Better than it being your own wedding.
We parked. We started walking, and Brittany's like, well, first of all, she saw that I had the invitation in my suit pocket. And she's like, you brought the invitation? I'm like, yeah, I mean, why not? Who knows? Maybe we'll need it. Why not?
He's always been the punny one on this podcast.
Then we're walking to the church, and she says, man, it looks dead. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, pull out the invitation.
Good thing I have the invitation.
We're walking to St. Mary's. It is at St.
Peter's.
Peter's.
I knew it was at St. Peter's. You said that.
I know, but the day of, she said St. Mary's. I was like, okay. So we went to St. Mary's, and then I'm like, oh my God. Now we're like 10 minutes from showtime. And I'm like, oh God.
Are they anywhere near each other? I know where St. Peter's is. I don't know.
I
where
looked
St.
it up.
Mary's
it was like right. It wasn't far from where we were, but it was even closer to where we started. Like, we basically parked right next to this church without realizing. And then we walked not too far, a couple blocks that way, and then realized we had to walk a couple blocks back. But it all turned out okay. But I just thought it was kind of funny. kind of funny.
Kind of funny. Shoutout's kind of funny.
What else? What else is new? What have you been playing?
I have been playing a few things. I beat Crusader Centy. I forgot that game gets very emotional at the end. Do you remember that? If not,
yeah, when you have to like say goodbye to all your animals or something, right? Like you lose.
Well, you forget. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you because you're going to play through it again. But no, there's like with the monsters and stuff, it gets very emotional.
Oh, but that's not even near the end, right?
Yeah, it's
Isn't
right.
it like,
no, it's like within a half hour of the end of the game. Yeah,
really?
That it all comes to a head and you go in the. I don't want to spoil that moment for
Yeah.
you because I had forgotten about it until it happened, and then I was like, "Oh man, this."
I remember.
This
I had
sucks.
forgotten, but now that you mention it, yeah, I remember it being. I remember getting a little emotional.
So I beat Crusader Centy. I love it. I'm still playing old school games because that's what I'm doing here in the dead time. Contra Hardcore is impossible. I wrote that down here. That game is effing impossible. I can't get past like 3 screens. It's impossible. It is impossible.
Are you
and
sure
apparently
you're not
there's
playing on like a hard difficulty or something?
No, I don't.
Like, I remember the
there-
game being difficult.
I don't
but
think
I
there
don't
even is a
remember
difficulty
struggling with it
select.
that much.
No, and there's no cheat codes. Like only the Japanese
So
version
are
has
you
cheat
saying-
codes.
I know we own this game.
No, we
never,
didn't. I don't think we did.
No, we did.
I don't think we did.
No, we
we
did.
had Gunstar. I don't think we own Contra.
No, we did.
All right.
Well, I guess that answers my next question if you think that. So we never beat this game is what you're saying?
I feel like we did. I just feel like maybe I'm looking in the wrong place on the interwebs
Doesn't
to find
this
the
game
cheat codes.
have
But
a Castlevania 3 kind of thing where... Well, I guess you wouldn't know if you can't beat the
I
first
can't
level.
get past,
but
like, 5
Isn't there like...
enemies.
Doesn't it branch off? Can't you choose like this level or that level
you definitely
or something
well, you
weird?
only have one to pick at the beginning, but then there's like a big map where I think it does. I think you do get to change.
But do you do all the levels and you just pick the order? I thought it was something where it's like, do you want to go this way or this way to your
That,
next
I don't know.
level?
I can't get past 3 enemies.
Well, okay. We need to
Maybe
need to
if
have
we
our
got
game
time.
night and
Yeah.
play through it.
Well, not tonight. You got to watch Game of
yeah,
Thrones.
I'm already missing it. So
I thought it started at 9.
no, it's 8 here.
Okay. So Contra Hardcore is impossible. I started Secret of Mana. Yeah, I don't. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Like I was telling Sean yesterday or the day before, I really thought it was Legend of Zelda, but more RPG-ish, and you get a party of 3 eventually. I'm still just one dude. I don't like that your meter has to fill up. It's almost like they're simulating, not active battle, but what the hell is it called?
Passive battle.
Whatever it is when you select like attack. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You wait. I can't
Yeah.
even think of the phrase now. It's almost like they're simulating that by if you want to attack with a full powered attack, you got to wait for your sword energy to build back up.
So what you might like, I don't remember which is which because I get them all confused. It's either Illusion of Gaia, which I think, I don't know. There's Illusion of Gaia and then there's Secret of Evermore.
Secret Evermore is like cyberpunk or futuristic or something. Judging by, because I've downloaded that too. I just haven't played.
Okay, then maybe it's Illusion of Gaia. One of them is more...
More Zelda.
I mean, it's similar to Mana, but it doesn't have the charge bar. It's more just like...
okay.
I think you would like it. I don't know which one it is, but one of those 2 games you would like. I
don't
think
know.
one of them is more... What you need to do, a game you will like, since now you have a chance to play it, get Terranigma.
I downloaded it.
You will like that game.
I downloaded that.
You will like that game.
So I've gone a little bit of ways in it. I just don't feel like I'm playing it right, and I just don't know. I stopped playing it because I did start playing a game I've been meaning to play for a very long time, and actually started a while ago when this guy, he didn't let me borrow it. I just found his old broken ass Game Boy Advance, the Minish Cap.
Okay.
I'm through the first dungeon.
Okay.
I love this game.
It's awesome.
I love this game.
I do not like this. I mean, I remember liking my Game Boy Advance a lot. But when I tried to play it recently, I think we had this talk on here. I don't know if the system has just degraded over time, but it's like it's hard to see anything. Even with the stupid backlighting, which the old Game Boy Advance didn't even have. It was just, and it's so tiny. Like I can barely. But when you play it on the big screen with an actual controller, I'm sure it's great.
My only complaint is the sound, and I don't know if it's just this is how the Game Boy Advance sounds. Like I don't remember if it's just kind of like some of the sounds just are distorted, kind of like the sound sounds worse than the graphics look. If that makes any sense at all. So I don't know. I've looked up ways to make the
it's
the
probably
pie
just
better.
something with the emulation.
I think it's something about the BIOS, but like I can't just put it. I got to figure out how to remote into it from my PC to update this BIOS file. And people on Reddit were really nice. They're like, no, you're not an idiot. I was like, I'm sorry. I feel like an idiot. Because somebody posted GBA sound issue, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yeah, update with this BIOS file, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I've had it for like a week. I don't know what that means. Do I just put it in the
I have
BIOS?
a computer science degree,
Right.
but I don't know
Didn't
what you're
put
talking
that.
about.
I was like, do I just put it in the BIOS file on the jump drive and then plug it in? They're like, I don't know. But it's like, first, you're not an idiot. I'll help you out. I just got to figure out, there's a file, there's like a SFTP file sharing thing that you can do to get from your computer to the Pi. So you don't even have to mess with jump drives. So I just got to figure out how to do that. And then it seems like then I can put the BIOS file in the right place. Anyways, so the sound's a little bit distorted, but I love it. I love the animations and stuff. And this is why, like we were saying,
It definitely looks a little different. Like you can tell.
There's more frames of animation and there's more like special effects and stuff.
I think
it's
that's
like it's
Capcom's hand in it.
It's
like
not true 32-bit. Like this system's 32-bit, but it's not like it's a real 32-bit system. But while I think apples to apples, Link to the Past looks better than this game, but I'm also playing a portable game blown up on the big screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to compare, but the effects and like the way so the first boss is the big green choo-choo jelly guy, and he's like wobbling this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, this looks so cool for this old. I mean, 2004 isn't old, but in terms of like handheld, like a Game Boy, that's really old. It looks so cool. So I'm through the first dungeon. I think I'm gonna see this all the way through.
I think you should. I think I only played through it once, but
Doesn't seem.
I remember when I played through it being like, this is exactly what I wanted. This fills the void
Top
of
down
that
Zelda.
2D.
Yes. It doesn't seem like the Master Sword's in it. It's just the Picori blade, I guess.
I don't even remember, honestly. I would think it is, but yeah, maybe it's not. This is one of the reasons I haven't bought it yet. Because I'm like, oh, I got to play this and this and this and this. Maybe after Minish Cap, along with all the other games you're playing, you got to play Zero Mission. You can probably skip Fusion.
Yeah.
But you need to play Zero Mission. I have been playing Final Fantasy, nothing but.
How far are you?
I'm like 18 hours in, I think. I was doing some more reading on what exactly is different, and I mean, I know at this point I know it's different, but people online are saying that the changes they made with the license board and everything makes the game easier. And I don't really get that. I think it does make the game better because the other one you can have like every single one of your characters can be like an attacker and a tank and a mage and a this and a that, and it's like you just don't need that. Then you are overpowered.
Were people complaining that it was too easy? Or did they just
No,
say,
they
"This
just said
definitely
it
feels
makes
easier"?
it easier, but I don't think it does. I mean, I've died a couple times, but I'm getting along. It's been so long since I've played through the game that a lot of it, I remember the story, but I never remember, okay, I'm done with this. That means now I'm going to go here. So it's all kind of new. So it's hard to even tell. I would guess I'm probably over halfway with the story, but my guys are at like level 27, 28. I think you can go all the way to 99. So like
You got a while ago.
in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to try to platinum it. I do need to take a closer look at what the actual trophies are that you can get. But I want to realistically, like 100% it. I want to get all the espers. I want to get, that's really the main side stuff. Like, I'm not going to get every single weapon, I don't think. I'm almost afraid to look at the platinum trophies because I'm like, right now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I might be able to platinum this. But I feel like once I actually look at them, I'm going to be like, no, there's no way.
Right.
But I would like to do everything, maybe not collect everything, but beat all the optional bosses and all that. So that's my goal. But yeah, the more I play this game, the more I love it. It's definitely as good, if not better, than I remember it. And it's just so much fun. I'm loving playing through it again.
Awesome. You saying it was easier made me think of one thing that I forgot to talk about Minish Cap. My only complaint, and I don't have a problem with the getting small stuff and all that. Like, it's nowhere near as annoying as the wolf or anything.
No.
Your talking hat, Enzo or whatever his name is, Eslo
Amori.
is always like, oh, you got the thing. We should definitely go back and talk to the elder. And then you
like,
walk
"Shut
over
up."
here, and he's like, walk over. He's like, oh, I guess you have to figure out how to cross the water now. I wonder if you have any items you just got that would be helpful. I'm like, dang it, let me freaking play the game.
Yeah.
It's like he's a walkthrough. He's like a guide on top of your head. I'm like, dude, come on.
I did the little I got into the game when I started playing it again on my GBA. I had that exact same thought. I'm like, I think this dies down later. It's just you're
Really?
almost still in like a tutorial phase where
Okay.
he's like, but I don't
Like, I get
remember.
it.
I don't remember it being that obtrusive. when
Like if I
played through
get an
before.
item, I'm supposed to use it in that dungeon, dude. I get it. I know how to play Zelda games.
right? Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. I want to get the news of the week.
Sure.
Sure. No wonder you extinct.
Yeah. No wonder you're extinct.
The Nintendo Switch is doing A-OK in my book. Through June 30th, this is almost a month old now, so they have gone well past this by now. 4.7 million Nintendo Switches have been sold across the globe. Easy to say now, again, so this is through June 30th. This clearly means that now we're, what the heck day is it? It's almost August. So they're over 5 million.
It's August now. While they're watching it.
Oh, while they're watching it. They might be at close to 6 million by now. I don't know. It seems like they've been getting more and more out in the wild. I keep seeing more alerts from Wario about they're available on Amazon or Best Buy or Walmart, and they sell out every time. So whatever they put out there, people are buying. That's awesome. Breath of the Wild has now sold on Switch. This doesn't count Wii U sales. 3.92 million copies, or an 83% attach rate. How the hell is this not 100% attach rate? Why are you buying a Switch if you are not also buying Zelda? Especially because at one point there were more Zeldas sold on Switch than there were Switches sold.
I think. Well.
Now it could. People might just love Mario Kart.
Right. I wouldn't honestly expect it to be 100%, but I would expect it to be higher than 83.
I'd
That
expect
actually seems
95.
low. I would think 90, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine if you got a Switch for the boys. They're probably not going to care about Zelda. They're not there yet. So I think there's a lot of that. People
Yeah, that's
buying
true.
Switches for their kids, but you got to figure most of the people that buy a Switch for their kids probably also want to play the Switch, and if they have
they get
kids,
Zelda.
they're at least our age, so you'd think they'd probably want to play Zelda. So 83 is actually kind of low, I would think, especially that Mario Kart's 75.
Yeah. So Mario Kart has sold 3.54 million copies, or a 75% attach rate. Basically, I mean, neither those are both very high. So what I was going to say,
How much? I'm curious. I doubt you know, but I'm just curious. How many copies Mario Kart 8 sold on Wii U? Actually, how many Wii U's there were even?
There were about 12 million Wii U's. I think it was
Really?
like 6 or it was pretty high. I don't know that it was 75%, but it was high.
Yeah.
But like, so we're saying, because I looked this up and I didn't write it down. So 83% attach rate, and we're like, man, it should be higher. So think of Horizon Zero Dawn. There's 60 million PS4s out there. If that had an 83% attach rate, that would be 49.5 million copies of Horizon Zero Dawn. So when you put it there, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not apples to apples. It's Zelda is Zelda. Horizon Zero Dawn is the first in a franchise and blah, 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 blah. But so it's still very good. Like if you put that on any other system, the numbers are through the roof.
Right. Yeah.
Also, 1-2 Switch has sold 1.2. Wow. 1-2 Switch has sold 1.2 million copies. Do you see that?
I do.
And ARMS, for God's sakes, has sold 1.18 million copies. Total software sales, 13.6 million copies, which equates to just under 3 games per system. I have 4, I think. I have Mario Kart, Zelda, Bomberman, that was a mistake, and Street Fighter 2. So I have 4. So I'm above the average. You have Mario Kart,
2.
Zelda, Bomberman counts because it's software sold.
I don't have Bomberman.
Not Bomberman. What's it called? Master Blaster.
Oh.
And then you download Oceanhorn. So that still, it's a code.
Oh, if they're
redeemed.
counting, then yeah.
So we're pulling them up. But it doesn't also surprise me that it's a little bit low because people you're spending $300 on it. You probably spent $70 on a Pro controller and then $60 on Zelda or Mario Kart. You're $550 in, whatever it is. That was bad math, but it was like around $500, I think.
Now,
With
do you
tax.
think that
If you guys hear
Odyssey-
my ice bag, I'm sorry.
Odyssey will have a higher attach rate than Zelda?
No.
Just because it's coming later?
Because it's coming later, there's going to be... Well...
Mario seems like a much more widely appreciated game than Zelda.
But this is not a normal Mario game also.
No, but I think your boy... I mean, small example, but I think your boys would play Mario. I don't think they'll play Zelda.
Noah would want to play Zelda.
He would want to, and then he'd play and be like, nah.
But at least it's not like Twilight Princess. Where, he never went back to that, by the way. Like, I don't care. I'll never play through that game again either. That was 50 hours of my life. Or 38 hours, I think it was. But I don't know. I almost said that with an accent. I don't know.
It's a me.
Because, like... I'm definitely, if you would have said January 1st, here's Mario Odyssey and here's Breath of the Wild, I would have said I am a million times more excited for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I've never been the 3D Mario guy. Maybe this will finally convince me that I've been missing out on that my whole life, but Zelda is a once-in-a-generation kind of game. I don't know that Odyssey is going to be.
It may not be.
But it won't. If it ends up with a 90% attach rate, it won't surprise me. Especially, like, is it too early for them to do a price drop for the holidays? It's probably too early.
Probably.
To drop it to $250. I wouldn't think so, yeah.
I bet it stays full price till next Christmas.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it'll probably go to $250.
So how many Switches do we think they sell by the end of this year? I said 18. I meant 17. How many by the end of this year? So they're at 4.7 as of the end of January. So in 3 months,
like 3 months,
they sold just under 5 million. Do you think they hit 10?
I think they'll hit 10, yeah.
I think as long as their production keeps ramping up.
Yeah, if they keep up with it,
yeah,
they'll sell 10, I think.
And then that's huge. They've already almost sold as many as the Wii U. And
in less than a year.
As much as I love him, I can safely say, #Colin was wrong about the Switch.
Yeah.
As much as I love the guy, and he'll probably still say to this, because somebody Steimer tweeted him because he's like, I haven't played games in a while. What's out there to play? And Steimer tweeted him a picture of Breath of the Wild. He's like, what is that, a Wii U game? I'm like, you're going to go down with that ship, aren't you? I mean, I know how you are. You're going to do it.
Yeah.
But like, come on, man. He said that looks like some baby game for the Wii U. I'm like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. In other Nintendo news, woo doggy. I got an email on Friday. No.
Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday from Walmart. And it said, regarding your SNES Classic pre-order. We regret to inform you that this was a glitch. We put this up by mistake and we're canceling your pre-order. There are no pre-orders. We're really sorry. We hope you'll give us your business when it comes time to actually buy one. No. You will not get my business. This is like... And the fact that this lived, it was Wednesday because the pre-order went up Friday. The emails went out Wednesday. So it took them 5 days to do something about this. You are the world's biggest retailer. I think they're bigger than Amazon.
But were they still up for pre-order? Until right up?
They were up for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then they disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But again, that was a long time to be up for pre-order. Even though it was late on Friday night, like everybody I saw on Twitter was like, I got one, I got 3, I got 2, you know. Right. I told you, and I was like, well, I don't need it, but I'm going to order one anyways. Yeah. Now, I can say I'm not going to go wait in line for one of these things. If pre-orders do come out, I probably still will pre-order one or try to, just to flip it because I'm an entrepreneur. And I got a new baby. I got to pay the bills. But this is crap. And remember we talked about last week, the completionist Gerard was like, hey, everybody, pretty much every time I pre-order something from Walmart, they F it up. They effed it up. They effed everybody over.
Yeah.
It just sucks. It's not really anything else more to say, but it sucks. If anybody else was watching this... Oh, and I tweeted... Then the Darcy from Walmart Care wrote back. Like, let me see what she said. Let me see what Darcy with an S. I've never seen... Darcy should be spelled with a C. Yeah, D-A-R-S-Y. I'm like, that's not how you spell Darcy. I understand how disappointing this was for you. We will update the site as soon as there's new info about what's happening. Darcy. Thanks, Darcy. It's not your fault, Darcy.
Darcy, do you know what happens when you screw up people's pre-orders? You just made the list!
Dude, you sounded just like him.
Did I? I didn't think it was like
A5.
But I'll take it.
So it sucks. It is what it is. If you want to get one of these things and you're in America, either you hope maybe you pre-ordered one from the UK when they went up right after, because I guess some were shipping to the US and some weren't. I don't know. Or just go wait in line at like 3 a.m. on September 29th if you want to get one of these. It sucks. Here's a new news item I didn't think I would say ever. Metal Gear Solid 5 has been updated. Randomly, the last update for this, and it's only been online stuff and FOBs. That's all they've updated. Weapon class is getting higher, new weapons, stuff you don't even really care about unless you were like super into FOBs.
Right.
If you're trying to do the disarmament thing so you can actually unlock the real ending so that you can prove to our buddies that that Chapter 3 exists, but it is just the disarmament ending that everybody's already seen. First update since August 2016, Ocelot is now playable in FOB missions. You can play as, and this comes from Konami, you can play as Ocelot to infiltrate FOBs. You cannot change the uniform or the head option, which is disappointing because they just put out new swimsuit options for your FOB attacks. But Ocelot has a slightly increased camouflage value, and he reloads and draws his weapons faster. He can use one pistol in each hand with a Tornado 6! He can also use ricochet bullets on marked enemies.
That's cool.
It's cool, but that doesn't work in real life.
Right.
It doesn't, like, that's not how bullets work. They go bing, bing,
That's
boom,
not how any
boom.
of this works.
So, shocking that they're supporting this game. I really wish what their update would have been is just, hey, we've released Metal Gear Survive as an online expansion for Metal Gear Solid 5. We're actually really working on what game, Sean?
Metal Gear Solid 3 HD remake.
Remastered 2.0.
Remastered 2.5 HD.
So, there's that. I'm shocked. Of course, and I don't feel bad saying this, the tinfoil hat community around this game is saying, they're still working on the game. It's coming. Mission 51 or the real Chapter 3. It's out there, man. We got to disarm the nukes. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. By the way, so they still, every once in a while, they'll update the number of nukes owned by platform. Xbox One is the lowest, lower than Xbox 360, which still boggles my mind. That means more people played that game on the 360 than the One. And they keep hovering around 135 to 140. It'll go down, it'll go back up, it'll go down, go back up. It's never going to actually happen. Because there's people on message boards and stuff that are so pissed, and I guess Konami's starting to do something about these. I didn't do a lot of FOB stuff, but apparently once you have a nuke, you can like do a blockade around your FOB or something so you can't even get attacked for a certain amount of time. It's just so confusing. But basically, if you've got a nuke, you can almost make it so nobody can even try to come get it.
That's dumb.
So they're never going to get the ending. It's not going to happen. Sims 4 is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on November 17th. I loved The Sim. I think I played the first one in college. It was one of those, again, everything was, you could just steal music and videos, whatever, because it was like Kazaa and LimeWire and all that.
Right.
I didn't buy The Sims. I don't feel bad saying that. I played it. It was fun. I remember you talked about it one time. You would just put people in a pool and take the ladder away and make them drown and
Put
stuff.
them in the pool, yeah, or like just build a wall around them and let them stay until they like starve to death. And that was pretty sadistic, but it was fun. I got way more enjoyment out of that game. I would just do all the cheat codes for like extra money, and just build like the coolest house that I could think of. And then once I build the house, I'd be like, all right, let me live in it for a few days. And I'd be like, all right, I want to kill these people. And then I would just stop playing it again. But yeah, Sims doesn't do it for me.
The only reason I bring this up, other than people, I mean, how old is Sims 4 though? 3 years old or something? If more than that?
Maybe, yeah.
The only reason I bring it up is because this is something I notice that happens more on Xbox. I don't really notice it a lot on PlayStation, but if you do the deluxe edition, if you pre-order it, you get to play it 3 days early. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. I don't care. I mean, it's The Sims. I don't care. But what if Konami said, and again, I got the collector's edition, so it wouldn't have mattered. But if you get the $200, if Final Fantasy 15, you want to play it forever. I know you waited till Christmas, but just stick with me. Final Fantasy 15, you buy it, you've pre-ordered it on launch day, November 30th. But you didn't get the $250 edition with a statue of Prompto in his car or whatever. People that did that get to play it on November 27th. Would you not be like, what the hell? Are you serious?
I don't know. It's kind of lame. I don't think it would bother me too much. other than...
This isn't like anything that anybody cares about the story or spoilers or anything
Right,
like that.
well,
you know what I mean? But it's
true.
like, I think I've seen it. I don't know if it was Call of Duty. Maybe it wasn't Call of Duty. It was something, Battlefield or something I saw last year that did it. Maybe it's Titanfall. It was one of those damn games. But I'm like, I just don't think that's fair. So you're telling people that paid you $60 for a game, you're not as important as people that we trick into buying the collector's edition for like $200 or whatever it is. I just don't like that. But it's also, I don't really like either, and I'm a PlayStation fan, I don't really like the whole Destiny thing of you get to do, for Destiny 2, you get to do the raids first on PlayStation for 30 days or whatever. I'm like, I get it, it's all marketing, it's money and everything, but it just sucks to people that are like, well, I bought an Xbox, I can't afford to buy a PlayStation also. So because they bought that box instead of this box, they get to do all this cool stuff 30 days before I can. That sucks.
30 days is huge.
It's a big
If it's
deal.
just like 3 days, I'd be like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but I would be more annoyed with like a TV show where it's like more of an immediate. If you told me that somehow you could pay extra money and watch Game of Thrones 3 days early, I'd be like, well, now I can't go on Twitter for 3 days. Like that would annoy me. A video game, it's like,
Right.
It's probably easier to avoid. I don't think people are just going to go out of their way to just like post spoilers and stuff. So
Again,
that
with-
wouldn't bother me too much, but
Again, with Sims, it doesn't really matter that
And yeah,
much.
like you
But if
said,
it was
it's
like,
The Sims.
if it was Breath of the Wild or Metal Gear 5 or any of those games that were like Uncharted 4, which you can easily beat in less than 3 days, you know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like where a lot of these things in the gaming industry are going, but money talks, and you know, you get more money, you get more stuff. It is what it is. We're flying through it this week, Sean.
That's fine.
Once again, we get to do this all in 1 week. That's awesome. Games with Gold and PS Plus came out, and for the second month in a row, I'm kind of shocked. Let's do Xbox first. X-Bone gets Slime Rancher. I don't know what it is. It's like a little pink jiggly guy that jumps around. I don't no idea what
Jigglypuff?
it is. And Trials Fusion. Now, Trials Fusion always looked like it was a lot of fun. Have you ever seen this? It's like a motorcycle
No.
racing game where you just go on these crazy... It's almost like some of those crazy GTA Online races, but that's all the game is.
Cunning stunts?
I wasn't going to say that.
I had to think about it for
But
a few
from a
seconds.
side-scrolling perspective, and you go through all these jumps and all this other, it just looks like a lot of fun. That's cool that they're getting it. That's awesome. And then for the Xbox 360, of course, both of these are backwards compatible. They get the first Bayonetta, and they get Red Faction Armageddon. Was Red Faction that game that you played forever ago on PS2?
I had Red Faction 1 and 2 on PS2.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. I mean, as a not big first-person shooter
Yeah.
guy, one was a little rough. 2 played more like a traditional first-person shooter, but it was their big thing. I don't know if they were the first, but they certainly made it seem like they were the first. Like, you just blow up almost anything.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
if I'm here and I wanted to get in there and I didn't have a key for that door, I could blow the wall open with a rocket launcher and just walk through. Like that was cool. That was like their big. I didn't know they were still. I mean, I don't know how old Armageddon
it
is,
yeah.
but I didn't think there was anything past Red Faction 2. But I enjoyed them back in the day.
So, not bad. Bayonetta, a lot of people love Bayonetta. I haven't played it or the second one. And Trials Fusion looks like a lot of fun. However, let's talk about PlayStation, Sean. PS4 gets Just Cause 3. This is a legit AAA Michael Bay meets, what's his name? What's the other guy? Not Snyder. The other guy that's all explosions and stuff. There's another director that's not Michael Bay.
I just think of Michael
All
Bay.
right, maybe it's just Michael Bay.
Oh, yeah, continue. I'll think of it.
So Just Cause 3 is basically you're on this island. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Saints Row, but not that crazy. Not that like over the top where you're hitting people with, purple things. It's military theme and all this. You're on this island and everything, but you've got like a grappling hook that you can hook onto anything. You can like grapple up to a helicopter. And then you can shoot like you're almost like Spider-Man in a way, where you can shoot your grappling hook over here, and then you can shoot your grappling hook to the helicopter, and then over to the truck over here. And then you hit the button and it makes the truck go. It's just like I don't know that I'll put more than a couple hours into it.
It
but
seems like it'd be fun to.
It's one of those
Yeah.
games I definitely wanted to try out, and I'm so happy that it's coming to PlayStation 4. I will definitely download this next week and at least give it a try for a couple nights just to see what it's like. Also, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry is coming. I had never even heard of this. That's because it's a DLC, or kind of like Left Behind was for Last of Us. This was for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's only about 4 to 5 hours long. I looked up some reviews, and it's about 7 to 8. It's fine. They said a lot, but the issue, I think Marty Sleva was saying, the issue that he had with it was all the good stuff that Black Flag brought to the series, this kind of got rid of, and it was just very focused, not open world and whatever. But, I mean, it's a 5-hour DLC, so it is what it is. Don't really care about it. PS3, nobody even plays it anymore, but they got Super Motherload and Snake Ball. I don't know. At first, I read that, and I thought it was Snake Pass or whatever this new Snake game is that everybody loves, but it's not.
No.
Vita, and you can play this because it's cross-buy, Downwell and Level 22. I don't know Level 22, but have you seen Downwell? This is one of the games Colin raved about this game. So basically, it is played from a top-down perspective. I think you can actually play it with your... I think you can move your Vita and play it vertically if you want.
Wait, what?
So your Vita, instead of playing it like this...
Yeah.
Like you normally would play your Vita, you can play it like this and just use the analog and the buttons over here. What this is and it's, like I said, it's on PlayStation 4 also. Very simple. There's like 3 colors in the game, but what you do is you are going down a well. You're falling, and you're shooting down, kind of like the one person in Broforce. You're shooting down, but you get power-ups based on how many people you shoot as you go down without touching the floor and having to start again. So you get multipliers and all this stuff, and it's supposed to be difficult, and it's fun. So I'm excited to play that. I don't know that I'll play it on my PS4, but you might want to at least just put it to your library so you've got it, so you can try it sometime. But Downwell's coming. So Sean, am I crazy? I think just based on Just Cause 3, PlayStation wins this month.
I don't know enough about any of the Xbox games, but to me, it seems like PlayStation wins. Maybe they're finally getting it together.
Maybe. There are rumors. Did you see how also there's they're doing the beta for Software 5.0?
Oh, that you can supposedly change your name now?
That's one of them. But the big thing is they think what might happen is they're going to include... A lot of people are speculating this, and I'm not getting my hopes up either way. I don't really care because I own almost all the PlayStation games I care about. It looks like PS Now might be included with your PS Plus membership. Have you noticed on your PlayStation that you've got the PS Now thing that just showed up as a tile up there? Did that happen to you? It shows Red Dead and something else. I didn't
notice, but
if that's true, maybe now I do care about PS Now. It might fall. I don't know. But that's the rumor. So it looks like cool. PS Now might be included with PS Plus. If they do that, that's really awesome. If they don't, well, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't really care if they let you change your names because I'm not going to change my name. But the funny thing is Colin is now, he's still Moriarty-IGN. So he's not even Moriarty kind of funny or anything like that. He's Moriarty-IGN, and he's now 2 jobs removed from that. It's pretty funny. That has been the news of the week. But that's not the end of the podcast, is it, Sean?
It sure isn't, Kevin.
Why is that?
Because now it's time for the...
It's the Back of the Box Challenge. And if you didn't know, the Back of the Box Challenge is how we end the podcast here every week on the Two Player Co-op podcast. What this game is we take a previously released retail version of a game. We look at the back of that box per the name of the game. We read the description aloud to the other player, bleep out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it way too obvious. Then, the other player gets asked some follow-up questions that can be answered with a yes or a no to try to determine what that game is. And if they don't get it, they wear the cone of shame. That is the Back the Box Challenge. That's what we're going to do now.
Who goes first?
I don't care.
You go. You already have it in your hand.
Right. Are you ready? I don't know. Halfway through, I was going to try to do Triple H's. Are you ready? No, that wasn't him either.
That's
that's Korn. Okay.
Wait, before we get into this, something came up on Twitter recently. I can't think of the match. It was on HBK's birthday. And it was showing like all of his biggest title wins, which I think there's only 4. And it was back when, so I guess it was WrestleMania. Yeah, it was the Iron Man match. Vince McMahon's commentary voice is ridiculous. Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. No, before that. Or maybe it wasn't before that, but like he does this weird like and then he goes back to the but then when he gets like really excited it says cover 1 2 and I'm like, wait, is that Vince McMahon? And I'm like, it's either him or Lawler, and it's not Lawler. And I've forgotten that Vince used to talk like that.
I loved Vince as a comment. That's one thing I love. Check out at Mr. Brandon Stroud on Twitter if you like wrestling. He's a great blogger. I read him every week, even if I don't watch the shows. He's phenomenal. He hated Vince on commentary. And I, even going back, I'm like, I think I still like him. I don't think it was just like I was younger and whatever, he's excited. I think I really liked Vince as a commentator.
I think it fit with the product back then.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work now. I mean,
their announcers
he's just
now
Mr.
don't
McMahon
work
now.
now.
Well, yeah. But anyway, back to Triple H corn.
Are you ready?
All right, ready?
Yes.
What were you going to say?
I was going to do it back, but I couldn't.
Long ago, before man walked the earth, there existed foul creatures that survived in the shadows and darkness that permeated the earth's surface. Eventually, light shot down from the heavens, and the creatures who had lived in the darkness for thousands of years were unable to survive. Some managed to find refuge from the light in deep, dark caverns extending towards the center of the earth. Should it be towards or toward? Can you do either?
Toward.
That's one of those that always...
I think it's probably not supposed to have an
I think
S.
it's probably just supposed to be toward the center of the earth. There they multiplied, evolved, and waited for the day they could return to the earth's surface and rule once again. Your name is blank, and it is your blank birthday. By the law of the king, you must go out and fight the invading creatures. But using brawn will not be enough. As you search the land for truth, your destiny as a hero begins to unfold. Blank allies will give you new powers and strength. Outwit sorcerers, travel through time, and gain valuable knowledge to change the delicate balance of Earth's fate.
This is a Super Nintendo game?
Nope.
Is it a PlayStation game?
Nope.
Is it a role-playing game? It sounds like a Super Nintendo role-playing game, but I guess it's not. Or more of just like an adventure game.
You could call it a version of a role-playing game, is what I would say. So you know what that means.
Okay. Is it newer than Super Nintendo?
No.
Is it a Genesis game?
Yes. Thank you. I was like, I don't know how to answer this.
Do we own this game?
Yes.
So it's kind of a role-playing game, but not really a role-playing game. And we owned it?
Yep.
That's
making me so. If you guys can hear that clicking, it's the fan, and it looks like it might fall. So if we scream and freak out, then that's why. What else could go wrong these past few days? Womp womp.
Is it a first-party game?
No.
Is it console exclusive?
Yes.
Is it made by is it Capcom?
No.
Konami?
No.
Nah, never mind.
If you get the developer, you'll get the game, I think.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait a minute. Is it his 16th birthday?
No.
Is he a teenager?
Yes.
Is it made by Atlas?
Yes, it is.
It is Crusader of Centy?
14th birthday, and his name is Corona. By the way, let me just tell you these bullet points. I have a bone to pick with the first one unless I played this game way more than I thought I did. Enormous game with over 40 hours of gameplay. I feel like you would beat the game in like 15 hours, I think.
I wouldn't even have thought that much. I would have thought like 10.
It's bigger than I remember it being. That's what she said. Dozens of major and minor characters interact with. Multiple mind-boggling challenges in every level. There's not mind-boggling. There's a couple bosses that you got to think on how to beat. Discover the secret combinations. Oh, and animal allies. That's what I blanked out. Because that would obviously given it away.
Yeah.
And if I said Corona, it would have given it away. One of the things is save all your progress with the backup battery RAM. No, battery backup RAM. Nobody knows what RAM is. Why are you saying RAM? And do you think you can't, like it's 1994 and you got to tell people you can save your progress? You could save your progress on the Legend of Zelda in 1986.
Yeah.
Gain new power-ups to increase the potency of your magic sword. By the way, I forgot there are 2 swords in this. I did not remember that. You get like the master sword at one point. Because do you remember that there's, right when you start out, there's like the, if you go in the woods, there's like beginner, intermediate, expert courses that you have to go through to get the medals.
Yeah.
If you get all the medals, which you can't get the other 2 till you're very far in the game. Once you get those, just FYI, go back to the castle and he gives you the holy sword, which is
That's
their
right.
master sword.
Yeah. I've forgotten about that.
Crusader
I do need to play through this again.
of Centy.
I'm telling you a lot about it.
It was worth it. That the money I spent to be able, it was worth it to buy that just to play that game again.
Now, are you going to go back and play Beyond Oasis?
At some point. But I mean, like I had been playing it on my Sonic's Genesis collection on my PS3.
Oh, okay. So you already have it.
Yeah, but I got to a point there where I was like, it wasn't like Zelda 2, like I ran out of keys, but it's like I stepped away from it for a while and then came back and was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get out of this area. I guess I'm just done.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll go back and play it again for sure.
Yeah.
But like I know now I'm going to play through Minish Cap. I love this game and it's only one. How long is that game? That's what I forgot to ask.
It's a typical
8 dungeons.
Probably similar to Link to the Past.
Yeah.
But maybe not quite as big.
I was surprised that the first dungeon, you get the cap like right at the beginning and you shrink right at the beginning. I thought it was going to be beat 3 dungeons and then you get sucked into the land of the Minish or whatever. So
no, it's a typical Zelda game.
I still prefer, other than Breath of the Wild, I like the 2D Zelda games better than every other Zelda game. So I'm very happy with this. I'm not saying this is going to be better than Ocarina. I'm not saying that, but it just feels, just playing this, I'm like, this just feels right. This is what Zelda should be.
Yeah. Nope, I can't argue with that.
All right, you're up.
All right. Hit it big when you join blank on a 33-stage hunt for treasure. So loaded with blank animation. It's like playing
3D
in a blank. Do you dare to set foot on this mysterious island? Trip through, that's weird. Trip through 7 tangly territories that include, it literally just says all the levels, but I don't think this gives anything away. An overly enchanted forest, caverns of bubbling lava. I don't know why there's 2 lavas. Secret underground seas.
Translations. Is this a Genesis exclusive?
It's yes.
Is one of your characters
Characters?
characters named after something on your foot? An appendage?
Toe?
Yeah.
Are you thinking Toe Jam and Earl?
Yeah.
No.
One of these weeks you're going to do, I've guessed it like
I
3
think
weeks
I've looked
in a row
into
now.
it and I don't think it works.
Did we I feel like we rented it and we're like, I don't really
Did
like
Tim
this
have
game.
it?
I think we just rented it.
Maybe that's what it was. No, we
All right,
we
keep
definitely
going.
never owned it.
But wait, did you say it is a Genesis exclusive, you said?
Yes.
You think?
No, it is.
What the hell was that?
Caverns of bubbling and lava.
Did this come out in the arcades also? Is that why you're
No.
saying that? Okay.
Secret underground seas. Planes that are just plain crazy. A freaky factory. A mega mountain. And a spooky shipwreck. Rumored to be dripping in 14-karat gold. That's weird. Save blank and the rest of your pals along the way, and you'll really see some... What? Oh. And the rest of your pals along the way, and you'll really see some kooky island hopping. With
What?
I don't know. With blank as your guide, you can be sure this adventure is packed with tricks, traps, and hidden bonus areas. But be very sure to watch out for the blank folks who will try to throw you off the trail. Blank, 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 and blank. No one said fame and fortune was easy.
Okay, is this a Konami game?
Yes.
Is it licensed? Do you play as some small cartoon characters? Is it? Is it Buster?
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait, is it a... And I guess technically this
Holy
game is
crap.
console exclusive.
I never know that.
Even
no,
though it was released
is.
like simultaneously with like the NES and the Super NES.
I didn't read the back of the box, but I did fire it up one time. It's not as good as I remember, or maybe because I literally played it for like a minute.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like
I remember
you
loving
run.
this game.
Do you remember like as your Buster, you run and then you
his
go
feet
really
go
fast? Yeah.
yeah.
I think I just need to get used. And that was before I fixed my.
I remember.
My lag.
I don't remember if it's this one or the Super Nintendo one, or maybe it was both. And also maybe it's just like the first world.
Oh, that's another one to do. Aladdin for the verses.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
And
I just
this is
remember
one,
the music. It's just the Tiny Toon theme song over and
Over
again.
and over.
Hey, and it's just looping over and over.
Does it do that
and
in
over
every?
again.
Because it definitely did that. In the
I don't
first
remember.
level
Maybe
I
it's just the
played.
first level, but yeah, I remember that about the game. Tiny
Alright,
Toon
we need
Adventure.
to-
Do you remember the subtitle?
Buster Bust Loose.
Nope.
Oh, it's Buster's Hidden Treasure.
Yep.
Buster Bust Loose is the Super Nintendo one. Oh, that's what was tripping me up. We've done the Super Nintendo one before. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, I think we've done this before, but I'm like, it's not really Treasure. But then I was like, wait a minute, it is Treasure. And he's got a lot of friends that are small cartoon characters.
Yes, he does.
Awesome.
And enemies.
All right, we need to have a game night. The girls can just talk, and we can just play video games for like 3 or 4 hours.
If everything goes as planned, maybe you could bring it over and we can play on the projector next weekend. But that's if everything goes as planned.
It won't.
It won't.
Especially if Dad helps you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like whenever Dad and I do something, we're like, and that's why I've been hesitating to fix that hole in the ceiling. So I'm like, we're like, it'll take an hour. No, that means it'll take 2 days.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. This has been episode 84 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you like what you saw. If you like this, you should also head over to nerd901.com because we're part of the Nerd 901 family. Go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. Check out everybody there. Check out Ernie and Derek, Pixels and Papers. Check out what Nick and Adam are doing. Check out everybody else. The family keeps growing. We're just like, there's just babies and more babies. The family's just expanding. People aren't having babies.
Not literally babies.
It was a bad metaphor.
Just people.
You know what I meant. If you want to yell at us on Twitter, you can do that, or tell us we're right. At Kevin White 24, at Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player_co-op. Yeah, and if anybody else, especially the guys that we regularly talk to a lot, if any of you guys are working on stuff that we don't know of, let us know. We'll shout that out too. Because like I said, I love people doing things they're passionate about. I love it. I want to help you guys out as much as we can.
People helped us out when we first got started, so we want to pay it forward.
Yep, absolutely. And you can pay it forward by either going to youtube.com/2playercoop and hitting that subscribe button and the like button if you like what you saw. Or if you're already there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Share the video with your friends, family. I'm not going to go through all the list of friends and family, but just it means a lot to us. We're on a push to get up to 500, and then who knows from there. It's still crazy just to see that there's 400 and some odd people that subscribe to us.
I'll take it.
I know you all don't watch the videos, but you subscribed, and that means you liked us at some point, and that's awesome. It's awesome. If you like audio, which I know Sean likes audio,
I love audio.
you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and there actually are other podcast services around the world that I found.
Like what?
I don't remember, but I Googled us. I typed in Two Player Co-op Podcast, and there's like all these podcast sites I'd never heard of. I don't know that anybody uses them.
But we're on them?
Yeah.
How?
Probably because it probably just feeds from SoundCloud or something.
Maybe.
That somehow they get our RSS and it just pulls it in. I don't know.
Sweet.
But if you do listen to us in audio form, make sure you do subscribe so you get all the new downloads and everything. And make sure you leave. Every time I say M, now I'm just like, damn it. Hit the review. Give us a 5-star review if you like what you see. That helps us get up the charts, helps us reach more people.
Like what
grow
you
this
see or
thing.
like what you hear?
Did I say
audio.
like what you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might like the logo. It's still that art is awesome.
It is pretty good.
It's pretty good. We also have a Facebook page we never update. You should know that by now. Facebook.com/2player co-op gaming. Go ahead and like us there so you can see all the things we get tagged in by the guys at Nerd 901 because they actually do their job when it comes to Facebook, and we do not. This has been episode 84 of the 2-Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. Until episode 85. Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.
Not even close.
It was kind of close.
It was like 3 feet up there.
I just had to reach out a little bit. Oh, well.
Next time. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.